On top of that, it's going to be breezy, making it feel like it's in the lower single digits, especially at night. The big deal, too, is that it lasts for quite a while. We're going to tell you how long it's going to last with yet another blast of cold air, possibly about a week later. Yeah, a lot of cold air to talk about. Your full forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Josh?
Brian, thank you, sir. And if you're not prepared for those cold temperatures, it could be painful. And some of the most common strategies to keep warm could make things worse. Instead, James Torres took a look at some common myths about staying warm and tells us what experts had to say about those. Hello, James.
Yeah, Josh, we often hear that it's important to stay warm, but we wanted to find out what exactly are the best ways to do that. Do you turn to the caffeine? Do you turn to the hot water? Do you turn to the alcohol? We brought those questions up to experts, and here are their answers.
This weekend, you will be cold, and it's important to take it seriously and find the right ways to stay warm.
Scarf, shirt.
It's got t-shirt, long sleeves.
My Yukon Territory's Arctic parka. It's very heavy.
According to the Center for Disease Control's website, being too cold for too long can lead to frostbites and hypothermia. Chattanooga pharmacist Phil Smith tells us why that's dangerous.
It's a lowering of your core body temperature to a point that's dangerous where organs start shutting down.
Smith says the frigid cold can lead to dehydration as well without you realizing it. And whenever you were told not to forget a coat because you might catch a cold,
colds aren't typically caused by playing outside in the cold, caused by viruses.
But to prevent the serious dangers, what are the best ways to stay warm?
A little whiskey in the coffee warms you right up.
Actually, experts say warm fluids like hot chocolate aren't a bad idea, but you absolutely want to avoid the alcohol.
The alcohol is definitely a myth. It actually lowers your core temperature.
Smith advises your best bet is to either limit your time outside or properly bundle up.
And when it comes to the hot water, Smith says that you definitely don't want to do that when coming inside from a cold day. That's because it'll just be painful, and really you might just get some burns. You're just going to do more damage. We also asked him about the caffeine. He says that it's not as bad as the alcohol, but you should probably avoid that too. There's a chance that it could lower your core temperature as well. Reporting live in Chattanooga, James Torres, First at 10 on Fox Chattanooga.
James, thank you. Good advice there. Experts say it's also important to keep your extremities warm because they're most prone to getting frostbite, so make sure you have your fingers and toes and ears all covered up.